Hi friends, welcome back to the garage. In today's video, we're going to change the oil on this 2016 Mercedes GLE 350 4Matic. We'll start by opening the hood, then I'll give you a list of all the items I need to change the oil on this particular model, and then we'll change the oil. It's pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Follow along. So first things first, to open the hood, it'll go in the driver's side door. Look under the dash. There is, let me turn the light on, this red tab. Just pull the red tab, and on the front side of the hood, underneath, there's a little tab. Just pull up on that tab, and the whole hood comes open. Alright, so on this model, you'll see the air filter as well as a cover over the engine block. If you want to just remove this top cover, it pops right off. And underneath it you'll find your filter, and then towards the back of the engine block you'll find the dipstick, which is this little red handle on this particular model. For this particular model you'll need 8.5 quarts of oil. I chose a 0 to 40. This oil on the back of it has a little Mercedes Benz rating. If you just check that with your owner's manual and compare, make sure that the numbers are the same of approved oils, you should be okay. Your owner's manual will also contain how much oil your car can take if you have a model with a larger or smaller displacement engine. But for this particular model, you'll need 8.5 quarts. You also need a new filter, and today you'll be changing oil with a siphon pump. Alternatively, you could drain the oil out of the bottom of the drip pan. There's a little bolt that you undo, and the oil pours right out. I like the siphon because it's pretty easy to use, but that part's up to you. The last piece of gear we'll use for this filter change are a filter cap and a wrench. That'll just make it easier to undo the oil cap. As far as other things that are nice to keep around, it's also nice to keep around some paper towels or shop towels, because it will get a little messy. But without further ado, go ahead and start on that filter cap. Go ahead and loosen it up. You might need to switch to a larger tool. I didn't realize how tight this was going here. Now that the filter's loosened up, we can start on draining the oil. A couple of the things that are nice to have when doing an oil change are a funnel and an oil pan, even if you are doing the siphon. For the siphon, we'll take the dipstick out and set it aside in a separate place. Next, we'll thread this through until it stops. You don't have to force it, but you should feel when it hits the bottom. As we're waiting for the oil to drain out, we can take that filter all the way out. Next, we'll swap the filter out with our new filter. This particular model has one O-ring around this part, which is included in our new filter kit, as well as another filter that looks just like this. When you are swapping out the O-ring on this, it's nice to have a small flathead screwdriver just to put it under the O-ring and work it off the filter case. Be careful with the old one and with the new one. The last thing that you want is a broken O-ring, so just be as careful as you can. So here's our new O-ring. To help it seal onto the filter casing, you can take some of the oil that was left over from your filter, or if you have some oil, you could just use the oil that you're using to fill up the car. By the way, just add some oil all around the O-ring. That way there's an airtight seal between the filter casing and the engine. Next we'll put our new O-ring on the filter casing. Might take a little bit, just be patient and be gentle with it. Once our O-ring is fully seated in that ridge line, we can add a little bit more oil. Next we'll grab our new filter, place our new oil filter in the casing. It does click into place. We'll set that aside for now. Now that the oil is drained, you can start filling it back up with fresh oil. And after you've finished adding the 8.5 quarts of oil, you can add that filter back on and tighten it up. First we'll put our dipstick in. Next we'll add our 8.5 quarts of oil. Be sure to go slow on this just so that you don't overfill it. Once the oil is all filled up, you can take your filter, add just a little bit more oil around it, and place it back in the filter casing hole. And you can tighten it up. Just to make sure that you're good on oil, you can run it for a few minutes, check the dipstick, make sure that your oil level is good before you're on your way. So that's how easy it is to change the oil on this 2016 Mercedes GLE 350. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe down below, and I will see you in the next video.